Nicki Minaj is gonna pay dearly for marrying this man. Okay, she's just gonna keep taking L's. This is the fate of many women who want to be dominant in a relationship and will pick a man who is basically beneath them. Okay, she picked a man that he can't even pick up their kid from school because he's a registered sex offender. Sad to say, there are many black women who have her mindset. She could have married anybody. She chose to marry a man who is a registered sex offender, and that will hang over his head to the day he dies. What could I tell you, man? What could I tell you? Liberal black women can't make this up. Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty's alleged rape victim, says she was bribed to recant her story. Kenneth Petty's alleged rape victim claims she's being bribed to recant her story. The accuser is identified as Jennifer. She alleges when she was 16, she was raped by Petty in 1994, who was 15 at the time. In a recent interview with the Daily Beast, Jennifer claims Nicki Minaj and people close to the rapper are allegedly trying to convince her to recant her story. Jennifer said, "I'm hoping for the truth to come out, and whatever comes from that truth, to let it be. After everything that has happened, it's like these people were willing to sacrifice me so this guy could remain in the public eye." Jennifer also claims some of her family, who have a close relationship with the Pettys, turned their backs on her. She said, "I feel like my family was willing to sacrifice me." Unfortunately, this is the way it is in the black community. They basically will turn their back on a family member that's been raped, especially if it's somebody that is popular in the family. They'll do whatever it takes to keep the family together, even if it means the innocence of their child. It's sick, it's sad, but this is what goes on in the in some black households. Not all, but in some black households, African American households. It's like this. It's sad. The Pettys have always denied the allegations. Back in 2019, during an episode of Nicki's Apple Music radio show Queen Radio, the Yikes rapper said Jennifer wanted to recant her story in 1995, but allegedly changed her mind when she learned that she could have served jail time for filing a false report. Nicki also alluded that people believe Jennifer over her husband because Jennifer is white. However, Jennifer claims to be biracial, according to the Jasmine brand. During Jennifer's interview with the Daily Beast, she denied ever trying to take back her story. She also claims she was offered $20,000 by a childhood friend who also knows Kenneth Petty to sign a letter stating that she lied in 1994. Jennifer said, "I came outside and sat in the car, and he pulled out the letter and the $20,000 out of his middle console and put the money on my lap. And I held it in my hands and put it on the floor in the passenger seat. And I told him, I'm not taking it. I don't want it." Jennifer continued, "It was like this dude, he really doesn't give about me. It's like that. Don't you know I'm a mother of 4? Don't you know I have kids? These are the things I'm saying to him." And to have him come back at me and tell me, "Well, you know how many girls can say that I probably raped them?" This is what you're dealing with, the ignorance in the black culture. In black culture, you have this type of ignorance. It's sad. You have a lot of brainless black people who will do this. Jennifer claims she moved 3 times last year for her safety. She also says that Nicki allegedly contacted her last March and asked her if the incident happened. According to Jennifer, Nicki said, "Listen, I just need you to know, woman to woman, this really happened." The mother of 4 says the number has been since disconnected. Jennifer also says she's been in contact with U.S. Marshals who said an investigation of the Pettys is underway and that they found evidence. In 1995, Petty was convicted for first-degree attempted rape. He served nearly 4 years at a New York State prison and was required to register as a sex offender. She's going to pay for dealing with this man. Her whole life is going to come down in shambles because she chose to marry a man, that probably, reminisced of her young teenage days, instead of marrying a man like Drake, marrying a man who had money, who has a clean reputation and doesn't have to, and she doesn't have to, pay everything for him, and has to basically, always pick up the kids from school because he can't, because he has a record that bars him from children. Sad to say, this is what it is in Black America. And you have a lot of women who will follow Nicki Minaj and think this is okay, because they themselves see themselves in Nicki Minaj, because they've also dated men from upstate who are pedophiles and murderers and they touch kids and stuff like that. And they don't feel anything bad about it because he gives them the good sex. Hey, that's exactly what it is. This is Black America right here. Liberal Black America, that is. All right. This is what liberal Black America is all about. And look what happened. A man was willing to give the victim $20,000, just sign this agreement that it didn't happen. It's so bad right now for Nikki. It is so bad. And the nonsense that is being pulled right now. She could end up losing everything because you married this man. She could have married Drake. She could have married Meek Mills. Anybody but this dude. Married a dude like this because you feel in control. That's what it is with these liberal Black women, especially the ones that have power and money. They won't marry somebody above them like they're supposed to, but they'll marry somebody like this. And then again, you can't really, be shocked because Nicki Minaj's brother is also a child molester. So it's real weird, man. It's weird. It's insane, man. It's really insane how it is. But this type of behavior is in the Black community. Very much so. Scary. How do you think Tyler Perry was successful with all these plays? Because it had this type of issue in it sometimes. But it's kept swept under the rug in the Black community. Sad to say. A lot of Black girls and a lot of Black boys have been injured because of this. Grew up, went to an alternative lifestyle, drugs, suicide, even become molesters themselves. Male and females. It's a sad situation. The only way the cycle stops is to bring it into light and talking about this stuff. So, tell me what you think in the comments. What do you think about this story? Okay, I got somebody here. Hebrew God's number one daughter. Do you want to come up on the chat and talk about this or no? You type in the message bar. All right, waiting. All right, I guess not. Let me see. Guess not. All right. Well, you can check me out on Podbean. All right. And you could also check me out on Transistor. Okay. Those are the other two podcast platforms I got that I am recording. All right. Later. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.